live.
Welcome to the computer music concert of the Charlotte New Music Festival. This is the product of 3 weekends or 2 weekends and a week of studying how to program in Max. So this is the Max Computer Music Workshop. We have 7 participants who will perform or present their pieces today through Zoom, streamed to YouTube. And we're going to start today with Bonnie. Bonnie will present she'll introduce herself, and then she'll introduce her work and present her video. And then each composer will do the same. Over to you, Bonnie.
Thank you so much. My name is Bonnie Miksch, and I'm a composer from Portland. You could probably hear the crows in my backyard. They are going nuts. I think they're excited about the concert. In this piece, which is called Misguided, I was writing some poetry recently, kind of to get away from all the heavy stuff going on in the world. I just like to play with the sounds of words. And so I'm writing poems that are based on particular vowel sounds, and this one is based on the vowel sound I. I'm also interested in improvisation, and ideally I would be performing this live, but with the latency issues with Zoom, I was not able to do that today. I spent most of the 2 weeks on the Max programming, so I'm looking forward to getting to know the work better and to be able to develop it. I would consider this version 0.1. So thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. It's good to do this slowly so we remember to share sound with stereo. I'm going to mute myself now. I realized I was misguided, and the guys I idolized, with their high rise and their high fives, justified in their disguise. I realized I was misguided. 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 The other side of pride. I was misguided. I realized I was misguided. I realized I was misguided. I realized I was misguided. I was tied up with the sky with my eyes on these guys. I was tied up with lies and my pride set aside. I was confined inside locked. I was undefined, not to mind. I was misaligned, but not inclined with these guys who seem to be entwined, to be entwined. I was high in the sky with missiles, and then to be dead. I was eyes and my sky dead. But listen, I was eyes and my sky under my. I was tired, I was under my sound, but With the head I was flying, and the right I realized I was misguided, and the guys I had alive gratified their highlights, contrite the other side did I decided to strive and revive what's alive, improvising hands up without lies, some devising reprising I realized I was misguided, and the guys I idolized colonize and stratify. No tries to scrutinize their rights. I realized I was misguided, and the guys I epitomized our demise. Now it's time to get to the sky, and my wise eyes inside. I decided to strive, and the bomb was improvising and surprising, some devising, the guidance of horizon is Thank you.
Okay, so I think I'm next. My name is Ben Capp. I'm from Olympia, Washington. I've been doing the Max workshop at the festival here. And for my piece, I was interested in exploring group behaviors, I would say overall. And I had originally envisioned working with sound masses, working with lots of kinds of voices, exploring polyphony in Max. And well, that turned out to be extremely difficult and a lot more work than I had thought it would be. So I decided I would scale things back and work with four voices. And what I wound up writing was something like a virtual string quartet. And I say that partially because I also was interested in working with sampled sounds. So I sampled lots of different kinds of sounds on my cello. And this idea of group behaviors was explored with four voices. And musically, I'd say that expresses itself in, I'd say, two large sections. The first section has repetitive rhythms with shifting accents, abrupt changes in tempo. It has something like a short transition, which has very unrepetitive bowed sounds, unmetered sounds. And then another section which explores a kind of mass of a single texture, a single noise, where all of the voices are participating in this similar timbre that has lots of micro changes within it. And I think it's time to play it. So let's see, I'm going to share my screen. Make sure I have my audio settings correct. So there's no live component to this. I'm just going to play back the audio that Max has made. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cameron Johnston. Thank you all for being here. The work you're about to see is an excerpt of a larger multimedia and multidisciplinary work entitled What If We're Stupid? The work is a commentary on the contradictory goals of human nature and human civilization. It asks if we have the ability to sustain society, not for the next 10,000 years, but for the next 100,000 or 1 million. The timbral content is all produced by the opening violin cadenza, performed and composed by Lisa Yoshida. Buffers store the last few seconds of audio and randomly plays through them at random speeds in the stereo field. A feedback loop is introduced, creating a complex series of rhythms, textures, and harmonies. From a single sound source, and with some spectral processing, I create a symphony of otherworldly sounds. The video was entirely produced inside of Jitter, the video processing component of Max. The patch randomly processes a set of videos from Yosemite, which is projected on the TV behind me in the performance. Additionally, it also switches randomly between a set of live cameras, capturing my performance and placing it in the Jitter video. The only video editing you will see is the title cards and credits. I want to thank the instructors of the workshop, Chris and Charles, for helping me develop this work to its fullest potential. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy. Let me share my screen. And I got stereo. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rosa Park. I'm a sound designer based in San Francisco. My sound piece is simply my observation on a tree. There's a beautiful tall tree in my backyard. So I decided to make some sound that represents the tree, a particular tree. So I took some recordings and mixed them with the sound that I made in Max. So it was a good practice of imagination and also a good listening practice too. So I hope you enjoy it. Lastly, I want to thank our two wonderful teachers, Charles and Chris. They're tremendously helpful, and the whole workshop was a really engaging and productive one. So thank you. I really appreciate it. So let me change my camera to webcam. that's my piece. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Xue Xu. I'm a composition doctoral student at the Florida State University. Recently, I'm interested in using musical gestures to develop music. While I was doing this project, I tried to find an interesting sound that I can use to develop the whole piece. After I watched a very exciting table tennis game 3 days ago, it's the Olympic game, I decided to use ping pong sounds as my only sound object. These ping pong sounds I used have a lot of interesting rhythmic features. In this piece, I employed the technique I learned in this workshop. I tried to use algorithm to create uncertainty in this piece. As we know, the competitive sports have uncertainty that's the reason why we enjoy watching sports. Thank you for our two professors in this workshop. They gave me huge amounts of help. And finally, hope you can enjoy my piece. Let me share my screen and audio. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Noemi Esparza Isakson, and before I play my video today, I wanted to thank our wonderful instructors, Charles Nichols and Chris Dobrian, for all of their support, for answering our questions in the middle of the night, and for their generosity. All of the content that they shared is just incredible and will only help us to further our practice. And I feel a lot more confident using Max now. And I'm honored to be a part of this group of artists and creators that are out there using Max in different ways. So without further ado, I will go ahead and share my screen. And my piece, all the details about my piece are actually in the video itself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Noemi Esparza Isakson, and I'm very happy to be a part of this concert today. I was a participant in the workshop that happened over the last couple of weeks at the Charlotte New Music Festival, and it was a really rewarding experience, learned a lot, and we made patches that we will be performing today. I'm a third-year graduate student at Arizona State University, and my discipline is digital technology. And I hope this work will become a part of my master's thesis. It is a work that will accompany a video that I created last semester. And I wanted to expand upon it and make it more of a performance piece and also include that video, as projections when I performed it live. I had a lot of fun creating this patch, so I'll tell you a little bit about the patch itself. This patch incorporates voice as the audio source. I'm informing some of the parameters using my iPad on an extension of Max, which is called Mira, and it's been a lot of fun learning how to use that. My Max MSP patch incorporates a granulator, a MIDI sequencer, the Mira multi-touch object that works in unison with the Mira app, and special effects like reverb and delay. And I use Jitter to play the experimental video that I was referring to. I started thinking about how I wanted to capture this feeling of loss, suffering, but also resilience around the border and border communities, especially the one I grew up around. And I thought of the symbology of the rocking chair. So this work revolves around the symbol of the rocking chair, specifically an empty rocking chair. In Mexican culture, the empty chair is a symbol for absence, and it's often the subject of songs and poems, and it's very, very common, la silla vacía, so the empty chair. This experimental video pays tribute to a collective border woman. So mothers, daughters, and families who continue to seek justice for the victims of the Juarez border femicides. Their trauma inhabits the empty chair. So that's what I was thinking of when I created this video. So I wanted to build upon it and create a live interactive performance to accompany this video.
la pena de un mar inmenso, mujer fronteriza, mujer dividida, se escucha el latir colectivo de un corazón lleno de agujeros, lleno de dolor. Mujer fronteriza, tú tienes un alma en la mente. Mujer fronteriza, tú llevas la hacia la frontera, al borde de mi dolor, caminas hacia la frontera, al borde de mi dolor, estatuas de mujer fronteriza, tú llevas un alma en la mente, caminas hacia la frontera, al borde de mi dolor, caminas hacia la frontera, al borde de mi dolor, estatua de mármol, estatua de mármol. hacia la frontera, al borde de mi dolor. Está Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Wiggins and I'll be presenting a live audiovisual piece today with live processing. The piece is about how I experience being gay and autistic, and I do this by taking a couple samples, mostly of me breaking things or of other people breaking things, and then putting them through a audio processing, and that audio processed data then goes directly into Jitter, which affects how the piece or how the video will be processed over time. Just before this piece begins, I want to give an epilepsy warning, as some parts of this piece become visually intense very quickly. So if you don't think you can handle that, I would recommend you approach this piece with caution. I hope you enjoy my piece.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the 7 composers in today's concert: Bonnie, Ben, Cameron, Rosa, Joesse, Noemi, and Matthew. Really terrific work. And I'd like to also thank you on behalf of both Charles and myself for a really wonderful period of creative interchange. We're delighted by your personalities, by your hard work, and by your really impressive creativity. So I want to congratulate you on your accomplishment in a remarkably short space of time, going from very introductory exercises in Max to making some very sophisticated and complex works of music. Very impressive, and I think you can be quite proud of yourselves for all of this work. So thanks again for sharing your work with us, and thank you to all of you in the audience for your participation in this concert. We hope that you've enjoyed it. And before we go, I'm going to pass it over to our host, Elizabeth Kowalski, to give a final few words. Although you look absolutely nothing like Elizabeth Kowalski.
Thank you so much. This
There she is.
is really incredible to watch and to see, like you said, going from some basics to advanced stuff. And I have a new sub, and some of that stuff sounded incredible on this. Like, it just really rocked it. So thank you for giving me that. It works amazing, and you guys rock totally. So I'm looking forward to the next time I can check something of you all's out. And thank you for joining. Thank you so much for Chris and Charles for all the amazing work you do, and for just being an incredible proponents for growth in the field and representing it and teaching it very effectively. Thank you. And thank you to the audience for watching.